Hello guys, this is Dr. E from Dr. E-skateboard. Today I want to talk to you guys about how to travel internationally, or if you're traveling to an outer state. For example, you're going from New York to California. How do you bring your electric skateboard? Now, first of all, the general rule of thumb, if you have like a small board that has, if your battery capacity is 100 watt hour, less than 100 watt hours, for example, the Boosted Mini S has a 99 watt hour. They designed it that way so you can take it on the plane. Now, even those, you do have to separate the battery pack and have it as carry-on. You can't ship it along with your luggage. All right. So what I usually do with short boards, I'll take separate out the battery. I'll put the battery in my carry-on. All right, and I'll actually Mini S wouldn't fit in a luggage, so you can put it in a box and just ship it separately along with your luggage. Or with my portable DIY boards, I designed it so it fits in the luggage, so I cut it off the top of part of it, and then that's how I do it. Now, what about larger boards? Now, airlines may allow you to ship 150 watt hour batteries. Also, you have to separate, all right? But most of the time, to play it safe, you don't want to be at the airport and be like, oh, we cannot ship your board. Then what are you going to do? You're going to have to just let it go. So the best way, for example, I'm in South Korea right now. I'm on my 7th day of quarantine. And I wanted to bring my prototype, which has a 12S2B Samsung 40T, the one I just built. That one's around 300-400 watt hours. So there's absolutely no way I can take that on the airplane because it's too dangerous. So I shipped it using USPS. Because it's holidays, it's sort of stuck at the customs. And actually, the customs actually sent me a letter where I'm staying. And I just got to fill out some customs information. So I should have it by tomorrow or the day after. And I left on the 27th, but due to the time change, I landed here on the 29th of December. And I shipped it the day before I left, or the weekend. It was like a weekend, so I shipped it on Friday, which was like 24th. So it's been almost 11 days, and I shipped it priority. It cost me $180 to ship a 30-pound electric skateboard using USPS. I'm sure there's other methods to ship, but that's roughly, if you wanted to ship your electric skateboard that's anywhere like 30, 40, 50 pounds, it's going to cost you anywhere from 100, for express, 180, 200, maybe, if you have a large board, it might be 300. So you do have to think about that. Now, this is only for people who are going to travel to another country and stay there for at least, I'll say like a month, because it takes time. Even with express service, you have to go through customs. Fastest you're going to really get your board from America to Asia, for example, it's going to be at least a week. And you do have to give like several days just in case. Also right now, because of Corona, everything slows down. So even though it's supposed to deliver in 3 to 5 days because of customs delays and because of Corona and because of the end of the year, now I'm going to get my board in 2 weeks since I sent it, right? But once I get it, once I get out of quarantine, I'm going to be able to use my board. So another thing, do you just ship your lithium-ion battery pack separately, or do you, and then you can carry your actual skateboard with you? You want to ship the whole thing, because a lot of shipping companies, they won't allow you to ship just battery pack. So that's another thing you got to find out with USPS. It's actually just better to ship the whole thing with the battery in it, so you don't have to do it. That makes things simpler. So when you go to the airport, you don't have this big ass box with you. So yeah, roughly you want to give it 2 weeks, especially now during Corona, and you'll be able to get your board. And be aware of the address you're sending to. For example, if you're sending to like a hotel in a country that you don't speak the language, that's something you might not want to do. Like I speak Korean. They sent me a letter here, all in Korean, all in Korean. So if I couldn't read Korean, I would not even know what it says. So be aware of the country you're sending to, or at least have somebody who can read that language. For example, if you're sending it to China, have a friend who lives in China who can help you get through the customs. All right. Also, another tip is most of the time, anything under like $100, $200, they're not gonna even, you're not gonna even have to go through customs. They're just gonna let it go. But the risk in that is, you might have to, it might get lost or something. So mine was DIY that I built. The parts were cost about 800. So I honestly wrote down how much it was. I don't know if I have to pay taxes, but taxes most likely 10%. So if I do have to pay, I'll have to pay additional $80 in taxes. They're gonna let me tomorrow, and hopefully I'll get the board. This is actually the first time I'm actually shipping my board, because before I would bring the smaller boards, but this time I'm shipping a bigger one. So if you're traveling and you want to bring anything that's like relatively long board, anything with decent range, anything like, a decent range, probably like 300 watt hour, 500 watt hour, 600 watt hour. If you want to really have fun, you really want to ship your whole board. Of course, there are travel packs for like Evolve Skateboard. They have the mini packs. Maybe you can pack a bunch of those. I don't know. Another thing to think about is, like, I guess in the future for this type of purposes, there may be, maybe manufacturers can start making boards. You can, hook up smaller 100 watt hour batteries or 90 watt hour batteries to make like 300, 400, 500, or 1,000 watt hours. Because you can actually carry smaller packs. You just can't carry giant packs. You can carry like 10 90 watt hour power. So there's something between, it's just an electric skateboard that has pretty long range, let's say more than 20 miles. It's just simply not feasible for travel, especially if you just need a board for short-term travel. Absolutely bring a short board that you can bring with you. Something like a boosted Mini S would be good, but the range sucks. But I mean, it's not like you're gonna go on a complete cruise and you'll have a board. Or best way I would say is a DIY board, like the other board I bought with the LiPo batteries. Those are really good. I have 2 LiPo batteries that are like 90 watt hours, and they got me total of almost I don't know, 20 kilometers. No, almost 30 kilometers with both until I changed the wheels out. So I just want to give you tips. I see a lot of questions on how to bring your electric skateboard. Unless you have like a mini skateboard, you're really not going to be able to. And I don't want you guys go to the airport with your nice, $2,000-$3,000 skateboard and thinking that you're going to be able to bring this. No, you might have to throw it away if you don't want to miss your flight. So make sure to check your battery capacity. And if you have a board that's pretty long and anything with like more than 10 miles of range, you're mostly likely have a battery that you're not going to be able to take. Because I did a whole study on this. I was going to make I was going to do a whole business on it, but it's just not feasible to bring anything bigger than a mini board. Or you can bring a long board with small batteries. Like I said, I think, right now DIY option is best. Or if you have I think Maxline makes boards that have replaceable batteries. But guess what? They make batteries that are like 180 watt hours or something. So even if it's replaceable, it's sort of pointless for travel because you can't take it down on the airplane. So the rule of thumb is 100 watt hours or less per battery pack. So my best suggestion, if you travel often, build your own DIY version that you can use multiple packs, or if you want long range, you can get a bunch of LiPos and tie it in so you have long range, and you can rebuild it. You can just add the batteries when you get there. LiPos are pretty good to work with since they're easily available. You don't have to build a battery pack, or you can build your lithium-ion battery packs, like small 3S packs, and make a 12S. So this is something to really think about. Best thing to do is just ship it ahead of time, or if you have somebody you can send to. For example, I should have just I could have just sent it to my sister. But since I'm quarantining at my friend's house for 2 weeks, I have plenty of time to receive my board. So that's why I shipped it. But normally I would probably just ship it to my dad's house or my sister's house. and then just pick it up when I get here. So that's if you that way you can stay here for like a week or two, and then ship it back. But also think about the cost. It's going to cost you at least like $100, $150, $200 to ship it here and ship it back. Is it worth it? Are you making like some kind of, YouTube video or something? Is it something absolutely necessary? I'm actually doing it because I'm gonna actually move to Korea, and then I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna just put it in my dad's place until I come next time. So I've been actually trying to bring more boards because I've got like 20 boards at house, and so I gotta slowly bring them here anyway. So I don't plan on bringing it back, but I just wanted to let you know how you can bring your board, and I'll have an updated video when my board gets here. And I'm just really excited to get a board because this one's because Korea is really flat, so it's gonna give me with a 12S 2P. It's still gonna give me pretty decent range, maybe 30 to 40 kilometers. I'm not sure. I'll have to test it out, but I'll let you know all that testing. That's why I got it here. That board, I made it, but it's not the board I absolutely want. I'm gonna actually start building bigger boards. But it should be good, very good portable board. It's a commuter board, very good portable commuter board because it's 36 inches long. It's not too big. It's not a mini one. 12S 2P Samsung. Oh, actually 30T. Pretty powerful, rubber wheels, and I'm actually gonna change it out for new Evolon 105mm wheels. I'll have a video on that too, but just gotta cut kind of long. This is Dr. E here. Let me know your thoughts and your experiences down below on how you were able to travel with your electric skateboard to another country or through the airport. And I'll see you guys on the next one.